Hello, my snots. Welcome back to another episode of What If. Today is the fourth episode, and today's topic is what if the asteroid that killed all the dinosaurs never hit Earth? So let's start from the beginning, shall we? Alright. We're starting off with the asteroid hurtling towards Earth. But instead of crashing where the Gulf of Mexico now is, it misses Earth. Just going right into the atmosphere, but curving and being flung astray. Now, nothing would happen. Everything would go back to living its normal life. All the pre-existing fauna and flora would still be alive, and for millions of years that would stay that way. But what would dinosaurs be like? Would they evolve into human-like reptilian things? Would humans still exist? Let's find out. So first of all, the dinosaurs, being such a successful group, didn't change between their almost 300 million year range, mostly staying the same, consistently having the same body proportions and body style throughout the hundreds of millions of years that they existed. So it's likely that they wouldn't have changed. In fact, they probably would have kept evolving. Which is why today we're going to use the 2005 Kong designs, or King Kong designs, as reference. As the whole thing with Skull Island is that it was unaffected by the asteroid, and the animals that lived on it evolved for millions of years into what they are now. Like the Statosaurus Rex, which is a now version of the T-Rex, or Venatosaurus, which is a dromaeosaur, or the sauropods, or the giant triceratopsians. Ceratopsians, not triceratopsians. Anyway, let's talk about the road leading here. So, dinosaurs, they're existing for millions of years to come. First of all, the Ice Age would have never happened. The fast freeze of the planet wouldn't have happened after the asteroid. Well, millions of years after the asteroid. All the dinosaurs would still be around. Since the Ice Age wouldn't happen, mammals wouldn't have become the dominant species, and humans would have never evolved. This means no humans. No technology, no pyramids, nothing. Only humidity and essentially the same climate. But not all things stay like that. Over more and more millions of years, we get different evolutions, different species born from previous ones, like Venatosaurus. So let's talk about Venatosaurus, or Statosaurus Rex, not Venatosaurus. Statosaurus Rex, or V-Rex as I'll be referring to it because I can't say the name because it's so late at night, was a T-Rex relative that evolved from T-Rex. Being around, I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm going to say around 40-ish feet tall and around 60 to 50 feet long. It had interlocking teeth like a crocodile. They mostly hunted these quadruped, crocodilian-like animals that seem similar to something like Postosuchus. I forgot their name, but they seem to hunt that, or really anything else they can get their hands on. On the other hand, the giant sauropods that roam the island are ginormous. They're so big, in fact, that nothing can really kill them. And for some reason, Venatosaurus, which is the evolution of a specific type of dromaeosaur, don't know which one, is hunting them? Don't know how that works. But yes, they do that. They're quite large too. But the sauropods, they're almost completely unaffected. ceratopsians. Ceratopsians seem to be pretty invulnerable to most things on Skull Island, and even in the real world, we would probably still have evolutions of ceratopsians or tyrannosaurids or dromaeosaurids or sauropods. There's also the insects, and the arachnids, as well as a few other species. We have the giant spiders, we have the scorpions, we have the worms that have a jaw that juts out, like, so this will be the worm's body. This is his jaw. It'll jut out like this, and grab onto stuff, and pull it back in, which is pretty gross. If you've seen the movie, you know, some guy gets his head eaten whole while he's still alive. Pretty terrible. Also, giant ants. That one specifically from Skull Island from 2018. That sound like birds. Skull crawlers are pretty not real. Giant apes, definitely not. Mammals wouldn't have evolved that much. But Skull Island is pretty good representation of speculative evolution, which is the field of people who study this type of stuff. Speculative evolution touches on what if these different mass extinction events or never happened, which led to these animals still ruling the planet, or what if an animal evolved a certain way that was different from what we had, or what if other planets like Mars used to have life, what did they evolve, what were they, and things like that. So that's speculative evolution, and that's essentially what we're doing here. It's speculative evolution, that's like the whole thing. Speculative evolution is very cool, in my opinion. I think it's a very cool subject. I've done it before, just drawing, and it's really cool to get into something like that, because you make a bunch of crap and be like, yeah, that could have happened. Sometimes, most of the time, speculative evolution professionals will base their findings on things that actually exist when it comes to evolution, and you can do that, but some people take it to the extreme, like oh my god, Stegosaurus Rex is probably extremely exaggerated because it seems very like Indominus Rex-like it's not really evolving. They could have had larger brains over time, they could have gotten smarter, they could have gotten larger, smaller, they could have gotten more dangerous, more teeth. But the thing is, humans wouldn't exist, mammals wouldn't be dominant species, and the planet would be very different when it came to climate. There would virtually be no snow, no cold places. It'd still be pretty tropical, and global warming is a thing, so it'd probably get hotter and hotter, and there were still a lot of things that cause the extinction of the dinosaurs that could still happen, like the volcanoes, the active volcanoes that were pumping out ash and everything, which didn't help. The asteroid just kind of sped everything up at an extremely alarming rate. So that's really all I have for you guys today. So in conclusion, let's summarize today's episode, because this is the second to last episode. So let's make this a pretty good one. So let's summarize. What would happen if the asteroid didn't hit Earth and it instead went past? Dinosaurs would still be evolving and be the dominant species. Mammals would not become the dominant species. The Ice Age wouldn't happen. Humans wouldn't evolve into humans. And dinosaurs would continue to evolve. But the volcanoes could have caused another mass extinction, and judging on how much time we've had in between, it's pretty likely that we would have had a mass extinction event anyway. So it's pretty. We're just saying if the asteroid didn't hit and nothing else bad happened for 66 million years, which is pretty unlikely. But there you go. What if the asteroid never hit Earth and killed the dinosaurs? There you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Join my Discord server, which is on a link on my channel page, which you can go find. And I hope all of you guys have a splendid day. And with that, goodbye, Miss Knox. Oh, and I almost forgot. Go watch the new Forza video out. That is out currently. And I will do a video on the Corvette Sega Genesis, which I will get into in that video, which either Sunday or Monday. So, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Goodbye.